welcome back everyone, and today I am excited because we will be going frame by frame in the mid-season trailer that was put at the end of episode 9 of the Challenge 40 Battle of the Eras episode. Now before we get into it, I do want to say potential spoiler warning because we're going to be doing a deep dive going frame by frame. We'll be seeing a lot of daily challenges, a lot of the challengers doing some daily challenges, and that can give away some of the later episodes because if you see somebody who's like a target and they're possibly going into an elimination one episode, but you haven't seen them in a daily challenge from this trailer and you're going to be like, oh, well, they're going to win and they're going to move forward. That could be a potential spoiler. But I'm excited to go through this because the season feels like it's starting fresh. The game has gone from team to an individual game, and I feel like this season can become wide open for strategy and big moves and elimination matchups. I'm just so excited. So without further ado, let's jump into this trailer, starting with what looks to be all the contestants in like this cargo container shipping yard where they put together like a ropes and net course, which looks very fun. We hear a voiceover from TJ right off the bat saying, moving forward, you'll be representing your eras as individuals. Real quickly, something that I noticed from this trailer is that people are going to not be wearing their era colored shirts, but they're still going to be wearing the same helmets. So even if we don't know exactly who the person is, we can tell from which era everyone is from. So Era 4 players will still continue to wear pink helmets, Era 3 players light blue, and so on and so forth. Right now, it looks like the person who is on this rope course in the first scene is wearing a green helmet, so I'm expecting this person to be from Era 2. We move on to a daily challenge that looks to be starting in the woods, and Cara Maria is doing this challenge. But other than that, there's really not much else to go off of in this little section. Here we have Jordan, and to me, this is either going to be the ropes course or possibly the 2-truck daily challenge, where we're going to see players jumping off the roof of these cars and then trying to punch through targets and obstacles while swinging from these trucks. We also have this desert challenge, which I feel like this desert challenge is definitively, possibly, the mini final. If there's a mini final at all this season, this is where it's going to be. In the desert, we're going to see multiple players doing this throughout this trailer, as well as we saw it in the super trailer and the trailer before the season even began, but we can see that Rachel will be doing this desert challenge. Here's Josh, and I believe that this is the ropes course. Aviva's in the woods, as Cara was in the previous scene. Nehemiah, kind of like what I said with the Jordan one, is either doing the swinging from the trucks daily challenge or the ropes course that we're going to see Josh doing. And here is Laurel doing the desert challenge. Looks like she's trying to catch her breath. At one point, Laurel says, "Thus starts the war." Jordan also says, "The game has started." Here's Johnny Bananas. Now, I thought this was interesting because I thought that possibly this moment was for the truck challenge, because I believe we see Johnny Bananas in the super trailer walking with Corey on the tarmac heading to the truck, but on further inspection and going through this trailer a couple more times, I believe that this is the catapult challenge where TJ is going to unlatch a catapult and it's going to fling red tennis balls. Olivia is also going to be doing the desert challenge with Rachel, with Laurel, well, we're going to see with Michele. Here's Corey getting pumped up, getting ready to do the cargo container obstacle course. Jenny is looking fierce. We saw this in the earlier promos and trailers. I believe that this is going to be next episode. Kyland, who is in Era 4, worked with Jenny this entire season up to this point, yet he kind of just hung her out to dry. Derek looks worried. I don't even know where this could be or where this is. Maybe it's in the challenge house. I have no idea, but Derek looks worried. Maybe this is also the next episode because we know that Derek, Ryan, and Johnny Bananas are targets heading into next week's episode. Here's Michele also getting ready and laced up to go into the desert challenge as well. Here's Ryan getting ready to do the catapult challenge. As you can see, if we remember back to Johnny Bananas, he also had that patch on his helmet, and I think he was ready to go to run around and do this catapult tennis ball challenge. Tori will be taking part in the cargo container ropes course, and we'll see Nehemiah and Jordan also in this as well. Here we have the truck daily challenge, as I believe you can see that there is a light blue helmet on the person to the right hand side, meaning that this is somebody from Era 3, and I can't really make out the helmet or the player on the far left. It is either Era 1 or it is Era 2. I'm looking forward to this challenge because this challenge, I know that they put a lot of time, a lot of effort. The challenge loves their giant truck challenges. They are bigger than life, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this one goes. We move back to the desert challenge as Derek's here, and Derek is out in front. We saw his incredible athleticism and how great he is at track during All-Stars 4, and now here he is on sand. I believe that this is a mini-final, possible mini-final. It's going to be grueling out in the heat, in the desert, but Derek is out in front, and I'm not surprised. So Derek makes it to the desert challenge. Josh is sticking by close to him. There's Jordan. I believe that's Rachel and Cara in the background. And as we know from the previous frames, we know that Laurel's going to be doing this. Olivia's going to be doing this, as well as Michele. Jenny will be taking part in the tennis ball catapult challenge. Look at her abs. Look at those biceps. Here we get a shot from the ditch angle from one of the GoPros. I wonder if they're reusing the field that they used for the clouds in the sky challenge, whatever that was called, but with the spiked pergola. Maybe not, because I think that there was a little bit more grass to that. We can't really see too much from this angle. There's going to be another angle where I think the challenge is just starting off, and you can see a ton of people. So right now, I feel like that is Theo, and there's another pink helmet off in the distance. I really can't see anything from this angle specifically. Here we have Kyland swimming. There will be a swimming portion. Maybe it's in the mini final. Maybe this is the final. There's not too many water scenes in this trailer. So seeing Kyland swimming somewhere kind of sticks out to me. So I don't know what this could be about, but it definitely sticks out to me. Here it looks to be an elimination where we have somebody from Era 4 versus somebody from Era 3. They're wearing shoulder pads. Going to be a physical challenge. It looks like whoever is from Era 4 is running in a straight line, and Era 3 is trying to push them out of bounds or out of the area. I feel like the person from Era 4 could either be, I don't know, Kyland or Josh, and I can't tell who could be from Era 3. I would guess it's Corey, since he's the one that's been seeing the most eliminations, and if it's a guy, because there's only 2 guys left in Era 3 at this moment, and it's either Jordan or Corey, and I'll just assume it's Corey because he's been on the bottom of many alliances, and he says that the only person that he can trust is Nehemiah. So going with the numbers game, I'm guessing that Corey sees at least one more elimination, and he may be going up against Kylan, Josh, or Theo. And we have a confessional from Ryan, who says, maybe Karma's a B, but I'm a bigger B. Here we are back at the Truck Daily Challenge, and there's no doubt in my mind that we have Theo and Derek Chavez in this frame. Clearly, that is Era 4 and an Era 2 player. I just fully believe that that is Derek on the left-hand side. This moment was all over the other 2 trailers that premiered prior to this season even beginning, with Corey doing this Truck Daily Challenge. We move over to a chamber session where it looks like it is Jordan, and he's talking to, if the edit isn't editing magic, it looks like it's Jordan talking to Michele. Maybe they get into power, they win a daily challenge, and Jordan says the more time he has in the house, the stronger he gets. And I have to think that he is talking about Johnny Bananas. A 7-time champion, just getting past eliminations, the stronger he becomes. And he has the resume to prove that he's somebody to worry about getting closer to the finals. And what leads me to believe that he's talking about Johnny Bananas, because the next frame is Johnny looking very annoyed. So this could be when Michele and Jordan go talk to Bananas and say, you're going in. And Johnny says, hell hath no fury like a banana's scorn. In the next frame, we see like Jordan making a deal with Rachel. 2 very strong players willing to look out for each other and make a deal. That's huge. Here it looks like Bananas is in an elimination. He is a target going into next week's episode. Could this be next week's episode, or could it be when, like I said, Jordan and Michele are in power, ready to make a move? Maybe Johnny's a target at that point, and maybe that's when he's going in? Who knows? I feel like Johnny's going to see at least one elimination this season, so it doesn't surprise me seeing Johnny looking like he's in an elimination. I believe that this is Jordan doing the ropes course, the ropes cargo container course, and here is the other angle that I was talking about where we were getting like an up angle from the ditch and you really can't see too far out. Well, here it looks like this is the very beginning of that tennis ball catapult challenge. As we can clearly see, Michele is up front. We have Olivia in the pink helmet in the back. You got Naya, you got Corey. It looks like Aviv, Laurel, Derek. Rachel is right in the middle because she's the only dark blue helmet. Realistically, I think there's two possibilities for the next daily challenge. It could be this catapult challenge, or it could be the cargo ropes course. Here we have Corey in the backyard talking to somebody saying, "This is my hit list. Let's go." Corey's got another hit list, and I'll be for real. We saw how that happened last time, but realistically, Corey needs friends. Corey needs allies, but he also has a lot of adversaries, so I feel like his hit list just has a lot of names, and he needs to try to convert some of those names to players that he can trust who won't say his name. Jenny is trying to chill out in the pool. Maybe this is the next episode because she got picked by Kyland and she needs to like decompress. Corey will be doing the desert challenge. We also know that Theo will be doing the desert challenge because during the super trailer, Theo needed help from Corey and Josh to help him get water. Somebody from Era 3 will be doing this cargo container obstacle course. We saw Tori is going to be doing this one. We saw that Jordan will be doing this one. They knock into the wall. And here's Josh jumping from container to container. As we can clearly see, he's doing the cargo container ropes course. I got this moment because this is from Josh's or another player's GoPro from the same angle of where we just saw Josh, and I was trying to make out who is on the sidelines. It looks like a lot of people, and I think that there is another angle of seeing the players walking up for this daily challenge. You can't make out anybody. I even tried to zoom in, and you just can't see it. Here's TJ with the catapult getting ready to pull it for the tennis balls to get flung over. They even put a GoPro in the area with the tennis balls, which is that safe, you know? I guess it is because nobody is out in the field while TJ is like doing it. As you can see, like there's nobody out in the field. I'm sure everybody's behind the start line, and this is maybe the first batch that TJ is like letting go. And they put a GoPro in it. I think this is a cool angle to see, like, but yeah, as we can see that they're gonna have multiple rounds of tennis balls being flung at them. Maybe there's something written on the tennis balls, maybe a number, I don't know, but they're gonna keep on flinging these red tennis balls at everybody. And we can clearly see from here that we have Laurel, Ryan, Naya, Corey, I believe Aviv, Kara, and I think that is Theo. A ton of people are doing this tennis ball challenge. I'm actually thinking now, looking at everybody here and the previous frames, that I believe that this tennis cannonball one is going to be the next daily challenge for episode 10. Jenny is happy and excited. They're out at the bar. Maybe Jenny won. Maybe she was told that she is safe. Maybe this is next week. Who knows? But Jenny is excited. Jenny is dancing. I don't think she would be dancing if there was worry for her to be going into an elimination. Naya and Kylan have kind of cool things down. We haven't seen too much of Naya and Kylan fairly recently. There's been a lot more other storylines to go through. We can see that there is some romance still sparking up between the two here at the bar. And we have a confessional from Nehemiah who says this is the time when you're either helping people's game or exposing them. We move on to a scene of Josh versus Michele, where Josh says, "You and Johnny are at odds. This isn't my fight." And Michele is like, "That's fine. That's fair. That's fair." From the way that this is looking, it feels like at this point, Josh has taken a stand. You know, Devin is gone. Casey is gone. Tori now has to figure out who is she going to rock with, and she just nominated Bananas, so she's not going to be too good with Bananas moving forward. What we saw in the chamber section with Jordan and Michele is correct, and they were talking about Johnny Bananas, it sounds like maybe Michele is ready to make a move on Johnny, and then she's trying to get Josh back over to her side, and Josh is like, look, this isn't my fight. I like Johnny. Johnny is cool with me. I'm with Rachel. I'm going to move at my own pace and move at my own game, and I think that this is a perfect moment for Josh to finally take a stand and pick a side to where he's like, I'm standing up for my game. I'm going to do what's best for my game, and this is an individual game. He doesn't have to think about anybody else but himself. So I'm looking forward to this, and I'm actually very worried about Michele. She was worried about her game moving forward as an individual game, especially with Devin gone and not having somebody 100% behind you, because how much can you put into trust with like Olivia, or Tori, or any, like Michele is going to fall underneath 2 or 3 at certain levels with other people, but Devin, she was 100% with. And then we move on to this frame where we get like bus scenes. Hello, we get a scene from the bus, and we have Michele rolling her eyes as Bananas is telling her, you're taking low blows at her. And then the camera moves over to Aviv. Aviv gets a confessional saying, OMG, why am I involved in this? Michelle's game could be in very big peril. Dismantling of the Vacation Alliance, the dismantling of the Vacation Alliance, as she called it, without Devin there. Michele, I feel, is going to be fending for her life to stay in this game, and she's going to have to go into survival mode, it feels like. Jenny comes in saying people in this house are very two-faced. Here's a portion of the desert challenge as we can count everybody here. We move over to this frame where we can count everybody, and it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Possibly there is 16 players, but one player is not at their mark. I would think that it would be interesting if they just left a mark open, but this looks to be the daily challenge where 15 or 16 players are left in the game. Clearly, Laurel is going to be digging, as we saw her in a previous section as well. Here's an elimination, finally, where I have no idea what is going on here. It looks like they're in a cage with a ball. Is this a different form of Balls In meets Hall Brawl? It looks like this is a women's elimination, and I believe that could be Jenny versus, I have no clue. They did a great job at painting out the helmets and blurring the faces, but I believe that this is Jenny's build. I would think that this is Jenny's build. I'll move on to a bar scene where Johnny is yelling, saying, how many guys is Tori protecting? And then we move over to Tori yelling, saying, don't act like you know stuff, cause you don't. I'm censoring it, but she's like, don't act like you know anything. And Corey is sitting in the background eating some popcorn, not literally, but he is enjoying the show because, hey, stir up the drama with everybody else, make other people the target, and I'm gonna be good, you know? This could be from the heels of Tori winning the elimination and putting a target on Johnny Bananas' back, and he's frustrated because he feels like Tori is just a puppet of Devin's. Jordan is getting some tan, some sun. We have Nia saying, this is someone I trust blindly, and I'm not even on his roster. And then we have a quick cut to Kyland in the backyard laughing. Could she be talking about Kyland? It makes more sense that she's been hanging out with Kyland, liking Kyland. Come to find out, he has more people ahead of Nia, say like Olivia or Michele, and maybe Tori ahead of Nia, and Nia's like, what am I doing? I've been hanging out with this guy, we've been making out, and I thought we were getting close with each other, and now he's kind of just like, not even gonna protect me? Olivia is hanging out, wanting to make fetch happen, while Michele is saying, don't drag me because that's not a friend. I believe she could be talking about Josh. I'm sure that this is off of them arguing over the Johnny Bananas stuff. We get a confessional from Olivia saying, show me the receipts, you're grasping at straws and it's embarrassing. Who are we talking about? Please don't cut this out, the challenge, because I am interested. We get a moment with Derek, who looks to be very sad. My only thought is, what if Ryan was eliminated? Derek looks very sad, and the only person that I feel like he would cry over is either Ryan or Rachel. I believe. But what's been taking place over the course of this season, I would believe that Ryan could be eliminated before Rachel. We have Aviv sitting on the couch listening to Rachel saying the game is meant for you to choose a side between close friends, possibly talking about Josh. Josh has a lot of friends in the game, but at a certain point, with a game that ebbs and flows, you can't stick on the fence, and so maybe Rachel is saying like, well, at a certain point, you gotta choose. And then we get a frame of Josh like looking over. So I believe that the challenge is subtly hinting in this trailer that Rachel is talking about Josh. Kylan looks deep in thought. Rachel is out sunbathing, and we have Johnny, I think, coming to Josh's side. So Josh looks to be wearing the same tank top as we just saw him earlier in this trailer, having an argument with Michele. And then Johnny comes to the side of Josh, saying, you're the one starting the divide. And in the background, I've noticed that Rachel's there as well as Cara Maria is there as well. See, there's Rachel there in the background. Olivia is looking around, and we get another confessional from Rachel saying, all of this drama is taking its toll. I'm loving it. This is what we wanted from this challenge season, is drama. We can see Cara in the background behind Michele here in this moment where she is arguing with Josh, and Kylan is also in the background as well. Cara Maria, I think, is just enjoying that other people have some drama and she's not a part of it. Realistically, Laurel and Cara have both been radio silent, not really being highlighted in the episodes or in any arguments, probably for the better, but it's just interesting that when it comes down to the narration and looking at who's on the cast that is the most popular with the audience, that I would expect with CT gone that Cara would have picked up a lot of the slack in the confessionals, but with everything that happened with Laurel, I could see that they kind of wanted to move away from that storyline, but it looks like it's going to rear its ugly head back up, the relationship and the drama between Cara and Laurel, as we hear from Laurel here saying friendships last for a second and then they implode. But right after that, we hear Cara saying she's the most manipulative sack of crap, see ya never. And I can only expect that she is talking about Laurel as we see a moment of Laurel in the desert challenge, and then boom, Cara is saying that. So maybe Laurel is up to being a target, maybe she's up to possibly go into elimination, and Cara is ready for her to go home. I can't think of anybody else. Mind you, in between all of that, we see Theo in the desert challenge having a very, very tough time. Josh is doing the ropes course, as we saw earlier, and we also see Josh at an elimination, and he is upset because he says, I'm sick of your attitude every time you get heated, bro. I originally thought he could be talking about Corey, but Corey's right behind Josh in the tank top. I know that's Olivia in the background because we just saw her in a different frame wearing that same top, and we can also see Michele here. So right now we can see Josh, Michele, Olivia, and Corey are at an elimination, and then something happens in the elimination, somebody wins or somebody loses, and then they're yelling up at Josh, and Josh is frustrated. He also walks over and goes behind Aviv, so I know Aviv is also somewhere in this moment as well. Looks like an elimination has some go-karts. Maybe there's a little haystack derby that we're going to be seeing. I don't know why, but in my mind, I believe that this could be Ryan. It looks like a very skinny, lanky guy, and I believe that this could be Ryan. I don't know. You don't really see too much of it. Here we have Derek frustrated at this moment. As we can see Tori, we can see Michele, we can see Olivia. This is Josh in the foreground. We got Cara's red hair, and I believe that everybody's coming back from the bar. I think that, again, maybe Ryan was eliminated or something happened and Derek just is really upset. Maybe somebody says one too many jokes, quote unquote. And as you can see, like, we can see people laughing. I mean, we can see Olivia laughing. People are laughing in the background. We even hear Cara at one point saying, Derek, Josh is trying to walk away, but you have like Derek kind of giving him like a pat on the back, like a hard, like, I don't know if anybody knows 5 stars, but like 5 stars in the back, and maybe he's trying to like get really, it's crazy. I don't know what's going on over here. We have Rachel getting ready to do the cargo course, and she says, everyone's coming for you. She says something in the beginning. I couldn't make it out. Something possibly about Laurel, but saying everyone's coming for you. We're back at the desert challenge, as it looks like they're scaling this giant sand dune. Somebody call up Timothy Chalamet and get one of those thumpers to get those sandworms up. You know what I mean? Anyways, we're at an elimination where TJ tells everybody, that's it, get out of here. The next time I see you, it'll be a lot less green. Possibly saying, hey, we're moving locations for the finals. And I think we have some editing magic here because there's a lot of people here. I mean, you got Jordan, you got Tori, you got Rachel, you got Josh, you got Laurel, Olivia, and then you have Naya. I believe that they're going to do a couple of more twists to the possible formats. Maybe they're going to change how you do targets. Maybe they'll change the different numbers of targets. Maybe they'll change just how the game is played in general. And I think that they're going to get these reactions randomly throughout the rest of the season. And I think TJ is letting everybody know that they will be moving locations for the final, as after TJ says that we get this moment of this beautiful landscape scenery. This is very important here because I talked about that there was a different angle with the cargo container rope course, and this is everybody walking up. You can clearly see, here's Michele, here's Olivia, here's Naya, here's, I believe, Nehemiah. We're going to be walking through, Nehemiah, Corey, Aviv, Kara, Jordan, Kyland, Laurel in the background. We know that Josh is going to be doing this, but I want to stop here for a second, and I want everybody to look at Naya real quick. Now, the targets in the eras would always wear a purple band on their arm, signifying a 1, 2, 3, or 4 in Roman numerals to signify that they are a target for their era. With everybody now being individual and only 3 targets, they changed up the sleeve to let everybody know, hey, I'm a target going into this week. And we can see that Naya is wearing a white band on her arm. And if we go back a little bit, we can see that Olivia is also wearing a band. And I believe that Michele is wearing a band as well. So for this particular episode, for the cargo net container ropes course, obstacle course, the supposed targets for the women would be Michele, Olivia, and Naya. I could not see any other targets, especially on the men's side. As you can see that Nehemiah doesn't have a band, Jordan doesn't have a band from where we can see, Corey doesn't have a band, Derek is right behind Corey there, and we don't really see him. So maybe the men's targets are in the back while the women's targets are up front. Maybe they go to a one person being eliminated each week, and so this week where there's 6 targets, they're going to determine whether it's going to be a men's day or a women's day, and then they'll swap up every other day because we only have like 18 people left. And if we keep on eliminating 2 people per episode, we're not going to have anybody by the time we get to the finals. So I possibly think that we could be going to one person being eliminated moving forward in the season. And so maybe that particular day is a women's day. I believe that this is Nehemiah doing the cargo container ropes course. Giant Bananas will be doing the cargo container ropes course. Derek is sloshing through the mud. Really can't tell who is whom in the background. Jordan will be swimming. So here's another swimming part. We saw Kylan doing swimming earlier, and now here we are with Jordan doing swimming. Speaking of Kylan, he will be doing the ropes course, as that is clearly Kylan. First, we have a voiceover from Nehemiah saying, my era of the challenge is the best. We have Naya saying, I smell an upset of all upsets. Oh, baby. Don't tempt me with a good time. I am so excited. Cara Maria as Carl makes their return to the challenge, as we saw Carl make an appearance doing an incredible roast at Devin's birthday party. We have a producer saying we need water, as looks like Michele is dehydrated, maybe overheated, maybe possibly getting heat stroke. She possibly even hurt her wrist, as it looks like her wrist is being wrapped up here as she's also getting water. Wouldn't surprise me if this is the desert challenge and she maybe took a stumble down the dune or something and maybe did something to her wrist. Theo will also be doing the ropes cargo container course. Aviv is looking jacked doing the tennis ball catapult challenge. Jenny has a confessional saying, let's do it, F my era. Clearly, Rachel will be doing the car going over the cliff daily challenge. I still have no idea what this challenge will entail. Clearly, Rachel is the only person who would wear a dark blue helmet, even though she is covering her face. That's clearly Rachel. The car goes over, and Rachel is safely above it as it goes into the water, and we can see a pink helmet, which I know Theo also does this, given what we saw from the super trailer and everything. And that is the final moment of the mid-season trailer. There is one more voiceover from Giant Bananas who says, you can either start living or dying, so buckle up. I'll tell you right now, I am excited. I'm so looking forward to the next episode and moving forward. I will say, I've liked this season. I like the cast. I like the way that they're doing it. I thought that it was getting a little stale prior to it switching up, but now that we have switched up to an individual game and now have this mid-season trailer really hyping it up, and I boarded the hype train, I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited to see what's coming next. And I thought they did a good job with this mid-season trailer, that they didn't give away so much and just was super spoiler heavy. So I really appreciate that. But we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen moving forward. And it's all going to start next week. But that is it for this mid-season trailer breakdown. What did you think about this breakdown? Let me know down in the comment section below. What from this trailer has you so excited? What are you looking forward to the most from this trailer below? If I missed anything from this trailer that you caught and you want to let me know about it, let me know that as well. I'm looking forward to hearing everybody's thoughts about this trailer. Leave anything and everything down in the comment section below, and I will be glad to read your comments and reply back to you. But for now, I want to give a special shout out thank you to everyone who supports me over at patreon.com/angelcakevids. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to everyone who's watching this video up to this point. I'll be back really, really soon with more Challenge 40 content, more challenge content, more content in general. But until then, peace.